gonna go in with the dirty brushes first, guys. So I'm gonna be cleaning my brushes and you need water, okay? So I'm gonna go in with my dirty brushes first, and I'm gonna start off first with my Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. I use the Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, number one, because I find that this cleans my brushes perfectly. It deep cleans them, it moisturizes them, it does everything that I need it to do for my brushes when I need it to do it. And that's when it deep cleans, and I usually deep clean my brushes like twice a month, and I spot clean my brushes with my MAC brush cleanser. And I will show you guys that a little bit later. But for now, we're going to start off with deep cleaning my brushes with the Dr. Bronner's Castile soap and some water. Okay? So I start off with warm water. Then I grab my brush and I grab my Dr. Bronner's, and I just take my hand and pour my Dr. Bronner's in just like that. Then what I'm going to do now is take my brush, wet it, turn off the pipe so that I don't waste too much water, and then I'm just going to rub it in my hands just like that. And then I'm going to squeeze out all the soap to make sure that the dirt is actually coming out. And that's also reshaping the brush as well. And if you look at my hands and you see how much dirt is coming out of the soap, so I'm going to rinse this now because that's a lot of dirt. And then I'm just going to go and make sure that all the dirt actually came out of the brush. Okay? And with that, the brush should be very clean. And I like to do my brushes one by one because I want to make sure that my brushes get the best deep clean as possible. I know some people tend to take a lot of their brushes all at once and run it through, and that's it. But I don't like that because I don't feel that they get all clean, and I end up having to go back anyways in order to clean the brushes. But yeah, so I like to do my brushes one by one just to make sure that they are all perfectly clean by themselves. And then when I am done, I like to put it in my brush tree to let it drip dry, and by the next morning, sometimes I'll even the same day, it dries pretty quickly with the brush tree. I like the brush tree because it's an easy way to keep the brushes stored and keep their shape. And I pretty much do the same for my eye brushes, guys. There's like really no secret formula to doing the eye brushes. But I just take the Dr. Bronner's and do the same exact thing. It's just, I just rub it in my hands and until all the dirt is out, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so now when it comes to the beauty blender, I normally I don't use the Dr. Bronner's to wash my beauty blender. I use the beauty blender solid because I find that it comes out a lot cleaner and a lot quicker, and it only takes me a couple of washes to get it really clean. Even though it's the black one and people say they find they have a hard time keeping it clean, I find that it's very easy to keep it clean as long as you use the beauty blender solid and you wash it twice, sometimes 3 times, just to make sure that everything is out. Make foundation, concealer, whatever you use your beauty blender for, this will get it out. So, and this is what the beauty blender looks like on the inside. It's just a solid bar of soap on the inside, and basically you just put it under the water, wet your beauty blender, and just go in like that. And then you just rub it around, and you see all the dirt that's coming out. Like, that's dirt, because I use this for concealer as well as my foundation. And then you rinse it out the first time to make sure that it's fully clean. And then the second time you go in again to make sure, just to make sure that everything is completely out of the beauty blender. Every single makeup item is out. You see, look at that, I'm squeezing it, and look at how much dirt is still in there. That is why I wash it at least 2 to 3 times, just to make sure that it is becoming really clean. And one more time, because the second time there was still a lot of dirt in there. And now hopefully with this time there will be no more dirt. coming out. Hopefully, I said, but there is still a little bit of dirt, but it's not as much as it was the first 2 times that I washed it. So it should be pretty clean now. And how I store the beauty blender is I keep the package that it came in, and I just stick it in there with the triangular side down and let it air dry. And that's it, guys. I just let it air dry with the triangle side down, just like that. Okay, so that is how I deep clean my brushes and my beauty blender. And I just rinse out my bar of soap to get all the excess dirt out, and I do that in order to try and get as much excess water out as possible. And then I take my towel and I wipe down my counter, because makeup does stain the counter, so I just wipe that off to make sure that it gets completely clean, like there's no makeup anywhere at all. Okay guys, so you guys heard me talking about the brush tree earlier, and this is the brush tree that I use to keep my brushes when I've cleaned them. I keep them in here to keep them dry, and I just shove them in like that and make the water drip down through the ferrule so that it doesn't loosen the glue that is in the ferrule. Because you spend a lot of money on these brushes, and you want to make sure that you get your money's worth out of these brushes. You want to use them for as long as possible so that you get your money's worth. And that is pretty much how I deep clean my brushes, guys. That is all there is to it. It's easy and it doesn't take any time at all. As you can see, that literally took me like 5 minutes to do, guys. Like seriously 5 minutes to do that many brushes. I don't like to pile up my brushes because I want to make sure that my brush, I don't have to spend a lot of time cleaning my brushes. So 5 minutes, if I use the same brushes every couple of weeks. I clean them and I deep clean them, and it takes me about 5 minutes. Okay, so I want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. And please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.